SCCRESA TV presents in 3, 2, 1, Dateline Schools with your host, Terry Harrington.
Local educators recently had the privilege of participating in the 8th annual 21st Century Learning Symposium to learn how to integrate technology into our schools. And all this week on Dateline Schools, you have the privilege of talking with one of the keynote speakers at this year's symposium, education technology expert Leslie Fisher. And Leslie, this whole technology thing has really changed not only how we teach, but really changed how we learn, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's changed how we learn. And one of the things I always tell the story about is that I actually was a troubled learner. I was really bored in class. I read quite slowly. And I don't use the word hate often, but I hated school. I really hated the process. And I thought I hated learning. And even in college, I thought I hated learning. But what technology, and especially the web, brought me was the ability to be my own individual learner. And so I'm now able to augment whatever a teacher says by researching it online. And I'm even able to, if that teacher recorded something, pause, rewind the teacher, and listen to it again. And it gives me the ability to learn at my own pace and my own style. And I love learning. It turns out I'm a lifelong learner. I just didn't have the tools to do it at that time. So yeah, not only is it changing everything, but I think if we use it effectively, it's changing things for the better.
Do we find that teachers today are doing a good job of teaching kids how to learn rather than teaching kids what to learn?
Yes and no. I think teachers need to have more faith in the students. We have students, some students are probably more tech savvy than the teacher. And I think a lot of teachers would have no problem admitting that. And so I think it's being able to teach them how to use those devices effectively and also how to use them transparently. But I also think most importantly, technology can only take you so far. We've got to have those real world skills. We've got to have those communication skills. There's a lot of things that we need to make sure that's in place. If all we did was walk around and tinker with our phones, we wouldn't get anything done. So I really do believe that there's a balance to it.
It's really fun to see how many kids, you see them all the time walking down the halls at a football game. Doesn't matter where they're at.
We're doing the same thing, though.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah. We're doing the exact same thing, but I agree. And for us, we used to go home and we used to sit in front of the TV, right? That was our thing. We might have gone to the grocery store and gotten a magazine. Well, they're doing that, but they're doing that with their devices. So they're reading, they're watching TV, they're reading magazines, they're reading articles with those devices. Yeah, they're also on Facebook and text messaging, but they're doing some of the things that we used to have to go home to do. They're able to do now in a portable environment, and it's absolutely changing the way that they're gathering their content, paying attention to their content. There's also retaining their content. They're going through all these different ways of content gathering. Where me and you, we probably had one or two.
More tomorrow. For Dateline Schools, I'm Terry Harrington.